Stick around because I'm going to tell you the exact diet that would work for you. That's right, folks. Hey, that's a bold statement. That's right. My name is Andrew, Top Fitness Strategies. I am the face who runs the place. And today we're going to talk about diets. Yes, I know everybody talks about diets, right? Well, let's get one thing out of the way. Diets don't work. Yes, it's a bold statement. Andrew, how can you say that? Diets don't work. For instance, if you go on a diet, that basically means that you are, in my opinion, doing something on a short-term basis that's going to possibly get to where you go, where you want to go, health-wise or weight-wise, however you want to phrase it. But diet in general is, for instance, if you change your diet or if you do something different with your eating habits, okay, keep that in mind. There's two different ways to look at diet. One is a quick fix to something, or two is a completely different way of consuming nutrition. Okay. Now, I'm sure there's experts out there that might say, Andrew, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. If that's your opinion, great, fantastic. I'm just going to tell you things that I feel is correct, and the way of my thinking might be different than the traditional way of thinking or the scientific way of thinking. Okay. What brought this on? I was talking to somebody over the weekend, and today I'm going to mention just a few different types of diets, and you'll understand the term and the way in which I'm presenting that as I go through this. Someone I talked to over the weekend who is on a carnivore diet. Also, I want to put this preface out there. I don't know the particulars and the ins and outs of every single diet I will be talking about or that is out there. I know some basics, maybe enough to keep me dangerous, maybe enough to give you the overview, 10,000 foot view to look down and say, okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, keep that in mind. So the carnivore diet, basically you're eating meat all the time, eating meat or something from an animal, meat, fish, eggs, things of that sort. You don't consume processed food. Some people think this is totally wrong. Some people think this is the way to go. This particular individual I talked to has been on this nutrition setting, if you will, nutrition diet, this kind of diet for 18 months. In the process, he went from just shy of 300 pounds, and he's about 205 pounds right now. He's saying the things that he told me that happened to him. Is this scientifically proven? Don't know. I'm just telling you what he told me happened to him. As he was dropping the weight, and it wasn't something that he combined it with a bunch of exercise. No, he did not change his daily life routine outside of eating, but he went strictly carnivore, strictly meat and fish and eggs. I specifically asked him about that. And no bread. He says he doesn't need any vegetables. He doesn't need any fruit. That's what he says. It wasn't in a position. I mean, we weren't in a position where he was going to point blank lie to me, because I wasn't asking him to help me out or put me on this diet. I just asked him what he was doing. This is stuff he was doing. He says all his insides, in other words, his blood work, all the vitals and everything else, because it keeps track. He has a physician or a good friend who's basically a physician, so he monitors quite a bit. Everything's right on track. Matter of fact, we talked about gout. He had a severe case of gout. And he said the first 10, 14 days as he was on this diet, I mean, his gout kicked in and it was painful. He said it was painful. But then all of a sudden, boom, it went away, and he hasn't had any gout whatsoever. He actually said he had a space somewhere between a couple of teeth. He says that space is kind of get smaller. Don't know how or why, but he said that's what he says. He says that the skin is shrinking along. He doesn't have like flabby skin anywhere. Doesn't have that. And he says everything just feels great. He has so much energy. It's fantastic. He just can't talk enough good about it. Is that for you? Don't know. Am I saying you should do that? No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what he talked to me about. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that I've interviewed other folks who are on diets as well, or shouldn't say on diets, who adhere to a particular lifestyle. So, for instance, I have somebody who is a vegetarian. They do not, the total opposite of the guy I talked to. They eat nothing but vegetative stuff. A vegetarian. You know what I'm talking about there. Their skin is great. Their weight is fantastic. Their energy is through the roof. It's great for them. Whatever they're doing, it's working, and it's helping them out to be the healthiest person they can be. I know somebody else who's a vegan, which is an offshoot of being a vegetarian. Same thing. I've interviewed somebody who does nothing but raw food, does a lot of juicing, a lot of fasting, a lot of cleansing, and he is in tip-top, fantastic shape, right? I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad for you. I'm just saying that's what they do. Now, these folks have done it. They have researched it. I know somebody, myself, and I've adhered to this lifestyle for a couple of months once. Why I got off of it, really couldn't tell you. But I eat a lot of protein throughout the day and don't need any kind of carbs or fatty substances, so to speak, until my last meal of the day, which is between 5 and 6 p.m. Don't count calories. That's just part of that, how that one works. I've talked to other folks who all they do is count calories. They have a specific amount of calories they want to get in their body on a daily basis, and boom, that's what they do. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Does it work for them? Absolutely. All these particular diets, all these particular nutrition habits, if you will, what comes with a change of lifestyle. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to change where I'm at? Is where I'm at the healthiest place I can be? Don't know. It's totally up to you. Do you want to drop the weight? Do you want to change your health? I don't know what your goals are. But here's the thing, the best diet for you as an individual, and if you want to consult your doctor, I highly recommend it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do what you do you. But if you're going to change something drastically, please talk to your physician in all ways, shapes, or forms, okay? But here's the thing. Whatever you want to get accomplished, pick out a way you want to do it, stick to it, because what you're doing now isn't working, right? What you're doing now it got you to where you want to be, and you don't like where you want to be. So why do you want to keep doing it? Find something that will work for you. If counting calories works for you, if being a vegan or vegetarian or raw food or carnivore or keto or whatever kind of diet works for you, then stick with it. That's just it. Give it 30 days. If you don't like it after 30 days, guess what? Kick it down the road. Try something else that's going to make you healthy. I don't know what it is going to be for you, but here's the deal. Whatever diet you pick and stick with it will be the diet that works for you. That's the best you can do. And I say this all the time about other things, but here's the best diet you can be on. Without question, the best diet you as an individual can be on is the diet that you're going to stick to and you're going to do. It's just that simple. Don't do something that you're not going to like. Yeah, it's going to be different, of course, with everybody. Your body's used to doing this. All of a sudden, you expand it and start doing something different. Or if you're going down this path, and all of a sudden you go down that path, your body's going to say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Guess what? I don't like what you're doing, so I'm going to change something. I'm going to make it very, very, very uncomfortable for you. Why? Because the body doesn't like drastic change. Just the way it is. So if you can understand that going into it, if you put it through some drastic change in the first week, maybe 2 weeks, it's not going to be pretty. But after that, baby, smooth sailing. Maybe it won't take that long. Maybe it'll take longer. I don't know. Everybody's different. So bottom line, choose something, stick with it. If you like it, fantastic. Keep going. If you don't, find something else. If you want to change. If you don't want to change, then don't worry about it. Keep doing what you're doing. So that's it. That's it. My advice to you, the best diet you can be on is the one that you will do. Period. End of story. Okay. My name's Andrew, Top Fitness Strategies. I am the face who runs the place. Until next time. Ciao.